We are back. Season 3, episode 7.
I'm back.
I said we.
We back.
Season 3, episode
We're
7.
back.
Before
Mm-hmm.
we start doing anything and we officially start this show, I want you to explain to people where your ass been.
I have been, I was at training and I have been loaded down with homework.
Homework.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been busy with school.
Mm-hmm.
Loaded down sounds kind of, yeah. Loaded down. I never even heard that
What?
phrase, loaded down.
Loaded down.
Loaded down or loaded with.
Okay. I had a lot of homework.
Yeah, a lot of homework. Okay, so you've been busy at school. You had a lot of homework. But here's the question. Have you been listening to the one-on-ones I've been doing?
I have.
What you think?
I think you sound better with me. No, I'm just playing. They were good.
Well, it is.
It's Al got to be more careful.
Yeah, man. See, we so rusty. I hit the buttons all wrong. You heard
Oh,
it?
my goodness.
You know that. But anyway,
That's my
we
fault.
back, episode 7.
That's my fault.
We don't necessarily have a running title for this.
Mm-mm.
We just kind of recapping a few things and
Mm-hmm.
discussing a few things that are on our mind.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But what should we do? It's theme music time.
Come on.
We're going to have a real show tonight. A little different from the way most of the show's been going down. Gonna do everything with our heart and do it good. We'll be recording live tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment that all of you've been waiting for. It's the moment that all of you've been waiting for.
Yo, Al, what's that?
Al Yolanda has got to be more careful.
We are back up in this piece.
In this nice piece.
We are back up in this piece and we are freestyling. We're freestyling. So what's been going on, Shouty?
Work.
School.
School.
But what's been going on in your mind? Like out here in this world, you know?
That people are crazy.
That people are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my last one-on-one was, asking out loud. It's kind of like what I was referring to when I said, I kind of know that you don't know that you're crazy. So I'm not really asking you to define what level of crazy you are. Because I already know you don't know. So it's kind of like just saying it's rhetorical.
Right. Especially if you asking me.
Why you say that?
Because I don't know
What you mean you don't know?
what level of crazy I am.
You know something.
Mm.
You know something.
Oh, no. It has been a stressful year.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. What was stressful about it?
Between work
Okay.
and school
Okay.
and everything, it's been stressful for me. I've been struggling
Okay.
because work has been something,
Right.
I was having some issues at work with a coworker, a colleague, I guess you would say,
Okay.
because we don't work in the same building. So that was stressful. And then because I don't even know what to call myself as far as school goes. You always say, don't focus on the grades so much and don't
Yeah,
do this
just get
and
out
what
of there,
have you.
man.
Just get the work done. But
Yeah.
that's not how.
See, that's the thing. This is just my opinion. So anyone that's listening to this, this is just what I'm saying. To focus on school so much, like I want to be a 3.7 or 3.8 and all that. At this age, I don't think it's really necessary.
Right. But that's my makeup.
What do you mean your makeup?
That's me. That's who I am. That's how I'm wired.
That thing gonna have you made up in the hospital. You
Hey,
better stop stressing, man.
only got 2 classes left. Well, 3 classes left before
Right.
graduation. So it's almost over with. Woo. Thank you.
Got 3 classes left, huh?
Yes. It's almost over with.
Almost over.
over with.
I got something that I would love to talk about. We haven't done it in a while.
Okay.
Okay. Power. Power, power, power.
Oh my goodness.
The last time we talked about anything, it was Snowfall, and we can add a little bit of that in here too. How they finished everything off.
Man, okay, so everybody should have watched Snowfall by now. If they haven't, I'm sorry, because I'm about to give away.
You about to go in?
I'm about to give away some things.
Let's reverse this and let's get into that Snowfall then.
Okay.
Okay.
I did not see it ending like that.
What
I
you
guess
mean,
I
like
wanted
that?
to be a happy ever after whatever. I wanted Franklin to get his money back, and I wanted Franklin and V to go off somewhere, have the baby, and live
Right.
happily ever after out of the game.
Right.
That's what I wanted.
Right.
That is not what happened.
No, that is not what happened at all. It took a twist. And like you just said a minute ago, if you haven't seen it, hey, it's been out there for weeks right now.
Right.
The final episode. So my problem was I wanted those things to happen also. But my problem was Mom. I understand why she did what she did by shooting what's his name?
Teddy.
By shooting Teddy. Kind of putting the blame on her. She's trying to give Franklin an out.
Right.
But, like I always say, it's not what you do.
It's how you do it.
It's how you do it.
Right.
And to watch those agonizing scenes where he comes to prison the first time, and even though he had motive. And then to watch him come back the last time, and by the last time, he's bugging.
And she did not say nary a word.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And you seen, like, when Leon came, she's talking to him.
All
like,
the emotions came out.
Yeah.
But she was stoic when she was talking to, well, she wasn't talking when she was listening to Franklin. But it was just crazy. It was hard to see Franklin in that situation. Like he freaked out. I mean, I don't even know. It was like, what?
Right. It was the money. The money drove him. The money took him over the top.
It did.
I mean, I can't front. It was $75 million.
Right. Well, wow.
And then he had a chance to get 37 million and didn't even get that.
Right.
And then he started bugging out when V made her moves. Did she question him about selling the apartment complex? And I got that because the apartment complex was something he had invested in because that's where his mother worked at from the very beginning.
Right.
So it was more than just about money. It was a power move. Because the guy was disrespectful that owned that place.
From the very beginning.
Yeah. So I understand
the very
that.
first season.
But when he kind of told V
that he did it on his own. He didn't do it without her.
Yeah.
Because she was basically with the real estate stuff. That was all her. She the one that knew the moves.
She knew the moves,
the people,
the people
the
to talk to.
She had all that.
The connection, right?
He just went crazy. That money, but then that goes to show, what they say, the love of money. People always say money, but it's the love of money. Franklin had fell in love with that money.
How could you not fall in love with money when it's 75 million of them?
I mean, I got it.
Yeah,
I hear it. And I would hope, you know how you say you don't know what you would do unless you in that situation.
Right.
I would hope that if I was ever in that situation, I wouldn't go like that. But yeah, that was not the way I wanted Snowfall to end. But it was good.
And they were already like tugging at the heart because you have, Jerome dies a few weeks earlier.
That was all what's name's fault.
Who? Louis.
That was all her fault.
Okay.
Because if she had just gave up the information,
right,
he wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He told her, all I want to know is where is the crackhead.
But she was going to die too. Kane was going to kill her too. Because he know that she called that shot.
Okay. Well, she could have died.
Okay.
But Jerome didn't have to die.
You just like Jerome.
She could have let Jerome go when Jerome that last season Jerome was getting on my nerves, but I could understand that he was between the woman that he loved and his nephew and his,
right.
But all that was Louis though. Louis is the one that came between him and his family.
Well, for Jerome,
mm-hmm.
right, which he had a favorite thing. Well, one of my favorite things he used to say was this: "We teach a boy how to squabble." I thought that was hilarious. So, he played a great role in that thing. Franklin played a great role. Louis, we just talking about the character, but her as a person, we don't know anything about her.
Character, yeah.
But to see her hiding in that stable in the end was kind of like, wow.
Look how the mighty has fallen.
Yeah, just last episode, you in a mansion with security and going out riding horses, and now you're hiding in a stable and you got two people
with the horses.
Yes, with the horses, and you got people lying to the DEA. The only one that seemed to have a decent ending was
Leon.
No.
Oh,
the Mexican. What's his name?
Oh, Oso.
He had a decent ending. He got away.
He did.
Leon did too.
Yes.
But Oso got away, and Lee, could you have seen that? Like, looking back from season 1 and 2, that those were gonna be the two that would get away?
No. Especially not Leon.
Yeah, because he's wild.
Because season 1 and 2, he was wild.
Yeah, he was a hothead.
Right.
Yeah, he was a hothead.
I mean, it was good. I was happy that Wanda got away and was okay.
Yeah, Wanda got away. And, you're talking about a tearjerker. When Leon comes back to Franklin and he's trying to get him like, yo, come go with me. Nah.
Yeah, it was
in that
sad.
scene,
I was crying.
He's back where he started at in the beginning of the first season at the same store he was working at. Now he's going in there buying liquor.
Right.
What you said a minute ago, how the mighty have fallen.
Has fallen, yep.
But great show. I would suggest anyone go out and binge watch it if they can. I'm talking season 1 up to now. The way the characters grew, the way you got involved in the storyline, dope.
Right.
What would you give that series? What grade? What grade?
Oh, A.
A. Snowfall. And it's over. It ain't coming back.
It's not.
Snowfall. Now, since this is a double dose, what is going on Power?
Let me tell you what. Who I'm not liking on Power right now?
Let me guess. Mary J. Blige.
Well, I like Mary. I don't like Monet.
Oh, okay. you kind of threw me off then. I'm like, what do you mean?
Know.
Okay, so you mean you don't like, well, we only talking about the character. So
right.
You're saying, hey, I don't like Monet.
I do.
At what point did you say, I don't like her?
Man, I'm going to have to say probably towards the end of last season.
Really?
Yeah, because she made Dante think that she was going to run off with him, that her, Zeke, and him was going to be a family, right? And she already knew that she was plotting to take him out.
Zeke? You mean Dante?
No. She made Dante think that her, Zeke, and him was going to be a family.
Right.
That they was going to run off together. And he had made provisions for the rest of the kids too.
Right.
But him and Monet and Zeke was going to go and leave that night. Remember?
I was coming back.
So, but she knew that she wasn't going anywhere.
She knew that she was going to kill him.
She knew she was going to take him out.
But what was her reasoning for killing him?
I really don't know.
Did she know he was a snitch?
I don't know. She didn't know at that time he was a snitch.
How did they find out he was a snitch?
I don't think she found out until later.
Okay.
But, within the way that she plays her kids against each other.
That's more in this season.
Right.
She's really doing that like horribly.
Right.
You know?
I mean, and the way she turned her back on Diana.
When Diana asks, "Hey, I got to get out of town. I can go to Spelman."
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about from the very beginning of the season. Am I telling too much?
No.
But, and then she always played Kane and Drew against each other.
Okay, well, sometimes I kind of like it when Kane be getting at him because Drew is really getting on my nerves.
Well, Drew is getting on my nerves.
Oh my God!
But Monet has set things in motion with Drew that's probably going to blow up in their faces.
I think, what was her husband's name?
Lorenzo.
I think Lorenzo said it the best. He was sitting at the dining room table, and he basically gave her a warning that when these kids find out that you're manipulating things or whatever it is, they're never going to forgive you. I think he set that up.
Right.
I think he set that up.
I think it's okay. I'm not going to give too many nuggets away.
It's not about giving away.
Because people might be.
It's not about giving away
Power.
nuggets. But what I want to get into right here is the fact that we're talking about character, not actually what happened, but character. Character says you have to be careful with Tyreek. You have to be very careful. He is a thinker. You're going to end up either two things with Tyreek, either dead or messed up to the fact where you're in jail or in a jam. Because he is very meticulous with how he does stuff.
And analytical.
Very analytical, calculative.
And she says it all the time. You're my thinker.
Yeah.
Think of something.
Monet says that.
And everybody else does too. You're the thinker. Think of something.
Even though Kane be over there burning hot. Like this mother. Yeah. It's getting crazy.
It is.
Between Effie, Tyreek's one-time girlfriend. What Effie? And then there's Lauren. You know, that was a one-time girlfriend. You know. Who else? And even Diana, right? He was messing with her at one point. The new character that they introduced this season, the bookstore owner, Mr. Imhotep, Mr. African.
I don't like him.
Oh my goodness. I don't like him either.
And I liked it when Diana busted him out. Talking about you but you come from this.
Are you telling something?
You come from this.
Are you telling something? Like what's going on and what happened?
I'm not going to say.
Okay. Well, you know, yeah. I mean, and they've introduced these characters. I've yet to understand why. And we talking about Power Book. Power Ghost? What? Power Book?
Power Book
2.
Ghost
Power
2.
Book 2.
Yeah, whatever.
Certain characters, like the new professor. What is her point? Like, when is her relevance going to actually rear its head? Like, is it starting?
I think it's starting to.
With Tate? Okay. The black girl that's in the classroom. Every show we watch, what do I say?
I don't like her.
I can't stand it. Like, what are you there for? Is it just to be sassy, black, hood? I don't really like that.
Be the stereotypical.
And also, when they kind of give you a setup of how the show is going via the classroom, when they ask these questions, I'm not really a fan of that either.
I kind of like that.
Just play it out. Because any professor with any sense would know there's value to what they're saying, but they also would be able to look at these students and go, y'all throwing jabs at each other. Okay, how serious is this right now? So I would kind of like shut that down or either have them open the floor. But I guess the writers of Power are, what do you call it? Kind of like that setup or whatever.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, you saying you like it. So, but anyway, Snowfall ended. Power is going. A lot of questions, a lot of things going on Power. Power is really good right now. I mean, we watch TV.
Right, and I'm waiting on Tommy.
Waiting on him.
And I'm waiting on Tulsa King.
Oh man, you see, I don't know if I should say this. Let me do this. Sylvester Stallone has to be about close to 80 years old.
He's 77, I think.
That's close to 80.
Yeah.
And I'm a little worried about Tulsa King coming back.
He's coming back.
He out here turning down creeds and all type of stuff. So
He's coming back.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's give him a round of applause, and maybe that will help him to.
Come on, Sly.
Because that's a great show.
Yes,
Tulsa King is great. We usually watch our shows and then we go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got me looking at 9/11 Austin. They was on fire the other night. That show was good.
It was good
with the guy in the kidney. Great show.
It was good, and I really liked what they was putting out there as far as what Grace was doing.
Yes, which I won't get into it, but it's the last episode we saw. I don't think it's the latest.
I think it was the latest.
Okay, so
maybe
it is.
I don't know.
It is. It's an episode in which it went into that whole organ theft. It would just say that.
Yeah, and race.
Theft. Yeah, organ theft and race, and it was pretty good. Now, let me throw my disclaimer out there. I am not a fan of 9/11 in
the
LA.
Original.
It is. I don't like the wig my girl be wearing. I don't like how she be looking. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I don't even like her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Let me rewind that. I don't like her choice of husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then the black guy that she was married to, he jumps over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
I had to look at a few episodes with him doing things that I wouldn't do.
Right.
And I'm like, so I don't like that. But I know Angela Bassett probably has something to do with this 9/11 Austin too.
Yes, she does.
But this one is good. It feels more realistic. I mean, we've seen everything from arrows going through people to
everything,
volcanoes erupting.
Mm-hmm.
We see storylines involving transsexuals, Arabic, gay, the captain struggling with life. We've seen mothers' deaths and all types of stuff. Widowers that's blamed for killing their husband. They going in on there. They going in there. So 9/11 Austin is something that
a man freeze to death
in his own, was it cryogenic cryogenic tube. I don't know. But yeah, the great shows and whatever. But this podcast, we just touching things that we've been entertaining ourselves with.
Next Level Chef. You haven't been watching.
I can't really speak on that. I just, when I first started looking at this season, when I first looked at it, I chose my winner from the beginning, which is the tall, skinny black dude.
Nuri? You think Nuri's going to get it?
But then
he was struggling. He's been struggling for the past, he was good this last episode, but the 3 before that, he was in the elimination round. I was feeling.
Well, I was
scared for him.
When I saw it last night, when you were looking at it, I heard him say, for the past 3-4 weeks, it's been bad. And I'm like, dude, what happened?
It's like, once he went to the elimination round the first time, it kind of shook him. And so he, I don't know if you heard it last night when Naisha was narrating and she said that he's cooking scared. It shook his confidence, but I think he's on his way back up.
Well, let me say this. I can't speak on the show too much, but what I can say is I'd have been scared too cooking steak and octopus. I just don't know what to do.
Right.
Who does that? Or tuna and what was the other dish?
Tuna and
2 proteins. And I was like, what?
I don't know what she had. Tuna and
those
something.
Are weird combinations.
Yeah.
Like if someone came to you right now and said, hey, make this great dish out of salmon and octopus.
Right.
Like,
I mean, it was surf and turf, but reimagine surf and turf.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can really penalize them on the food had this seasoned chef thing because they know that these people don't do that, so to speak.
Some of them.
But everybody doesn't do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so I noticed last night that a lot of people were getting passes. I think one girl had an outstanding dish because dude told him I would put this in my restaurant. But a lot of it was the effort and getting as close as you can.
The execution.
Yeah, so I get that, but that's not a show I would be like dying to watch. I like MasterChef better. At
It
first,
should be coming on soon.
At first, I thought I would like this one better. But, I mean, personally, and then we'll get off this. People are different nowadays, you know, between entitlement and just weird. And I've seen some weird people on these shows that they unravel, and when they unravel and they get uncomfortable, there's no telling what they'll do or what they'll say.
True.
It makes me cringe watching stuff like that. Like, dude, get some coof. Pull yourself together. You on TV, bro.
Use your SAT vocabulary. Get some couth. Okay.
Some coof. It's not the coof.
No, I think it's COUTH.
Well, it depends on where you're at. If you had any dealings with a West Indian culture, you know it's coof.
Well, I don't know nothing about West
Coof
Indian
is
culture.
FUC spelled backwards.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
I'm saying coof. Get some.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Okay. So
well, thank you for educating
me. You tried to play me.
I didn't try to play you. I thought I was going with what you. Never mind. Anyway, I'm through.
Anyway, entertainment. That's pretty much what we doing. Boosie going to school.
Yes.
I'm sitting up here coming up with one-on-ones here and there, which maybe another one down the line, and she might do one down the line.
I might.
And other than that, we out here.
We out.
80, I didn't say we out. I said we out here. 8121 talk. Still going strong.
Yes.
This is our third year.
Yes. And we're branding.
Yeah. We got something on the truck. But, you know, but right now.
I didn't even put the picture on our Instagram page. I'm slipping.
I thought you did.
I put it on Facebook.
Okay. Well,
anyway.
It is what it is. If you want to, hear some of our old podcasts, 8121talk.com. You can go to YouTube and go to 8121 Media, or you can go to Spotify and put in 8121 Talk. You can go to Google 8121 Talk. You could also go to Apple 8121 Talk.
We everywhere. America. We
and we kind of like out of here. But first, before we get out of here,
it's Alan Elandi. It's
got to be more careful.
We're gonna have a real show tonight. Little different from the way most of the show's been going down. Don't do everything with our heart and do it good. We'll be recording live tonight.